Unemployment Choo-Choo. It's the Unemployment Choo-Choo. All right, Jeff, another week here of the Unemployment Choo-Choo. And, gosh, I always say it, but, you know, I'm not going to say it this week. I usually start off by saying we're chugging along. And, I don't feel like we're chugging, Jeff. I feel like we're the little engine that could, and we're just getting up that hill, but we're having a hard time.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I don't know why the holidays. A lot of people were down for the holidays.
Yeah,
and I think we're a part of that too. And you know, the unemployment choo-choo. I mean, this thing's been driving for a long time here.
Yeah, this choo has made a lot of stops.
And at some point, we want to park this goddamn thing, okay?
I never want to get on this fucking choo-choo again.
Okay. I'm really getting annoyed with this choo.
Yeah. Well, listen, you know, it is annoying, but I figured, look, there's a lot to talk about this week. We'll get into our holidays, but, you know, I figured let's start with something that I think would cheer not only me up, but I think it would cheer you up, Jeff, because obviously, you know, like you said, did it feel like Christmas to you at all?
It felt like a task. It felt like it's just something that you wanted to get out of the way and get it over with.
Right. It kind of felt like the obligatory, work, birthday party that, you had to go to, but you didn't want to go to.
Yeah, it was just another day for me watching Office reruns. So
on Comedy Central?
You got it.
Me too.
Oh, well, look at that, buckaroo.
Wow. Buckle up, buckaroo. There's a lot of stuff that happened, and we'll try to get to it this week. But I wanted to start off. Oh, by the way, Jeff, really quickly, we got some pretty impassioned comments regarding our Peter Paul podcast last week.
Okay.
Not a one. Not a one person knew about the Peter Paul.
I told you about this. I told you that I never heard of this in my life, the Peter Paul.
Well, I have to be honest. I didn't think it was a family thing. I thought it was like a semi-known thing. I thought maybe, somebody would come. I even did a video on our Rizzo and Jeff Facebook page. And I mean, even our most loyal of people, our Stephen McHughes and our Debbies, just not one of them.
Well, you were steadfast.
Yeah.
Okay, that everybody would know this Peter Paul thing.
I figured at least 50-50.
You were pounding the table
Yep.
like one of our old bosses, okay?
Yep.
You knew people were going to know what this was, and it wasn't the case.
Well, you know why? Because I figured that there are people who have a sweet tooth. And look, like I said, do you originally go for a Mounds bar? Probably not. But I figured that some people would know what the Peter Paul was. And if you're listening to this podcast and you didn't hear last week's, basically, I said that, I enjoyed a good Peter Paul. Jeff didn't know what that was. And I swore. And, I feel like an idiot. I made a video purposely to make you look stupid, and it really backfired.
Yeah, and that's usually what happens. You wind up looking like the horse's ass at the end of the day. But like I told you, do you really, is there anywhere that you really go where you're standing there in a checkout line and there's a mound sitting right down there? That's never the case. Well,
actually, I went to our local convenience store on Christmas Day because I had to get some gas. I had to pick up a last-minute gift card, and, I figured let me do an what's that? I guess it would be what's that thing when you're a scientist, like a hypothesis test, an in the field test?
Okay, how about you just say you were looking to see if there was a Mounds bar there?
Well, okay. Well, yeah, so I was looking, okay, fair enough. I was looking to see if there was a Mounds bar. But even though I knew it was there, when I went up to get a pack of smokes, get the gift card, I said, by the way, sir, do you guys carry any Peter Pauls?
Okay, so you were questioning people.
I was questioning. I was because I am. My thing is look, it's like, why would my family be the only family that made something up? And I'm starting to be honest. I think it is a family thing that we made. I don't think anyone calls Mounds bars or Almond Joys Peter Pauls.
No, the Peter Paul, it's kind of like the Xerox type situation, you know. I understand what it is, and I get it, and I get where it's created from, but this is like a weird world that you're living in.
Yeah.
This world of Peter Paul, and you want to be him, it seems.
Here's the thing. Well, first off, if I was him, I would be a wealthy chocolatier. I mean, I'd be dead, but, you know, I'd be a wealthy chocolatier. I would not be on the unemployment choo-choo. This choo-choo has been chugging along for about 40-some weeks. And I have to tell you, Jeff, we have stopped at every station. We were at Shining Time Station. We were at Not Working Station. We were at Hopeful Station. We were at
Aaron Carter Station.
We were at Aaron Carter. We took a long detour down Aaron Carter Station, too. And
look, as much as I love doing the unemployment choo-choo, I wish that it was never around.
You wish the Choo wasn't around?
Right. Like I really do. Yeah.
Well, see, this devolved. I mean, this was originally supposed to be Hot Tub Talk. And, you know, that's when we got into a tub and, you know, had some bubbly, and we just kind of sat there and did videos. And then,
and we were, I'll tell you what, we were flying high. We're in hot tubs in February.
Luxury apartments.
Oh, yeah.
Driving Cadillacs, driving Mercedes.
Yeah, the people that, you know, that ran the joint were giving us all kinds of gifts. We were being showered at our door.
We had the number one show. Mr. Teddy was awesome. We, you know, everywhere we went, people loved us. We had money in the bank. My health care was on point. I loved our house. We had a garage. And now
we suck.
Now the highlight is to find a fucking Peter Paul.
Oh my God! What has become of us?
Nothing. All right. So let's do that. All right, Jeff. So now that we've cleared up the Peter Paul,
and just got it all out of the way about how miserable we are waking up every morning.
Yes, well, we try to keep a positive outlook, and, you know, I figured since look, the holidays, they bring a lot of weird feelings, you know. You're forced to be with awkward family, you know, it's hard when you don't have money to get anyone anything. It was just a weird holiday, not just for us, but I think for a lot of people.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't have anybody because nobody wanted to be around anybody, and yeah, for sure.
And I was lucky enough to spend my holiday with Gam and Uncle Sam. And, you know, we'll get into Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, actually, we're running, there's a little running joke that we're going to get into later this week. But, you know, he's really turned into a gullible Gary.
Yeah, look, you never want to be a gullible Gary.
Nope.
And maybe we're taking advantage of our elders a little bit. But I think the situation that we're going to talk about, I mean, well, you know what? I don't know. There could be some people that could be fooled
by this. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. And that's a thing. And so that's why we're going to talk about it later in the week, because I think what we'll do is maybe we'll direct people to our, you know, Rizzo and Jeff Snapchat, and they could take a look for themselves and see if maybe they would be fooled as well, or maybe we're just dealing with a gullible Gary.
Okay. Look, if you didn't know, I think you could be tricked, but we'll talk.
Well, for sure. But what I did want to talk about was I wanted to brighten up the mood. I wanted to bring some, you know, holiday cheer before the new year, because 2020 has been the worst year, but there were a couple great things that happened in 2020, believe it or not.
Okay.
And I will say this, I guess, the Hollywood elite, I guess the A-listers of Hollywood, they broke away from film and television to theater. And we have some awesome audio that we're going to play in just a minute, Jeff. But this person has really turned into a musical maven.
Wow, I'll tell you what. So it's musical theater.
Musical
more than anything else.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm so excited and jazzed about this that I'm considering acting out the entirety of this play on this podcast. Your thoughts?
You know, look, I'll leave that up to you.
Okay.
I don't think that's a hot listen.
Okay. Okay. All right.
But hey, if you want to act out a play, go ahead. I mean, you know, we could play around like it's preschool if you would like.
That's right. Well, listen, let's do this. Let's see if it gets you in the mood, because if this doesn't get you in the mood, maybe we won't do it. But this is somebody who I have a lot of respect for. This is somebody who I have always stood up for their talent. And I think some people, you and other people, not only questioned their talent, but I think you underestimated their talent. And I'm ready to have you eat crow.
Okay. So you tried this last week. So let's see what you got this week. Eat crow, huh?
Eat crow. Are you ready to eat some crow?
Yeah.
All right. Well, here is a musical performance by a legendary performer. You'll know once you hear this magnificent voice, and we'll get into why we're talking about it. Here's a little Be Our Guest. My God. Be our guest, be our guest. Oh, now, first off, your thoughts on the performance?
Oh, it was just god-awful, uncoordinated. The singing was...
Wait, stop it. Wait a minute. Do you even know who this is?
Let me ask you a question.
You can ask me.
Is that Kelsey Grammar?
It certainly is. It certainly is, Jeffrey. Kelsey Grammar is on a world tour of a play called The Boyfriend. And in 2020, he really stretched his musical pipes. And I figured that we had to talk about this.
Well, that was just filth.
Filth?
Where did he do these shows? And what a good idea. Is he going around, like, doing these plays so people can come watch him?
Well, first off, let me tell you, it started off in Toronto. And Kelsey Grammar debuted to a sold-out arena in Toronto. 23,390.
Was this before? This obviously was before COVID.
Well, this was before COVID, yes. But what he is doing is he is performing the play on a stage, no audience, and you could watch it by making a donation to a wonderful charity. And this shows you not only his talent, this shows you how much he cares. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to just, A, talk Kelsey Grammar, B, reward Kelsey Grammar, C, get people excited about Kelsey Grammar, and say that Kelsey Grammar is one of the few bright spots of this miserable year.
All right, so as you're sitting here and maybe, your unemployment benefits ran out and maybe you don't have any money and you're struggling, is what you want to do give some money to watch that bald loser prance around stage? Is that what you want to do? And now he's asking for your money when people don't have any?
Okay, first off, he's a winner. Second off, he has...
Is he? Okay.
You're darn... And listen, he has partnered with the Men Chocolate Factory.
The Men Chocolate Factory. Now, what is this about?
Well, I'm glad that you asked that. If you go to Twitter, and search @Men Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, I bet you he would like to be a part of that.
Well, listen, he said when the Chocolate Factory reached out to me, I knew I couldn't say no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, hang on. Let me look at this. Men Chocolate Factory.
At Men Chocolate Factory. It's an award-winning theater and restaurant housed in a deliciously old chocolate factory. Come and visit. Starting in Canada, Jeff. Sold-out shows and the Men Chocolate Factory. A delicious, nutritious, but also sweet and savory way to spend your evening with Kelsey Grammar.
Well, could you think of so many other charities and stuff that he could give money to, and he's giving it to this? What a thoughtless piece of crap.
I'm sorry, what do you mean? Him helping the arts is thoughtless? Or are you just upset because it's the Men's Chocolate Factory?
No, this is his own ego, okay? And I don't even think the money is going to them. I think it's going to him at the end of the day. I mean, come on. What a farce.
Wait a minute. You think it's a farce that he's helping?
Yeah. What? How do you know the money is going to that?